Do 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 do. Welcome to season 2 Rush of Fear podcast, where we chat all things Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Orlando's premier scare event. Tonight, for episode 4, on Friday the 13th, we will be diving back into our HHN history and talking about 1993 and 1994. So now, let the mayhem begin.
What a rush of fear.
Oh my lord.
He's definitely a morning person.
This is what happens when I'm barely awake. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of season 2 of Rush of Fear. We are, bringing you monthly episodes and announcement reactions leading up to Halloween Horror Nights 31 happening this year. But today, we're talking about the past. But before we do that, let's introduce ourselves. Hello, I am your host for today, Kenneth. And with me, as always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-hosts. I have Michelle.
Hello.
And Maddie.
What's up?
And how are you both today? It's a nice Saturday morning as we record this. And how's it going? How are we feeling?
We're here.
We're here. I'm just waking up. So yeah.
Yeah.
We're alive.
We're
doing
alive.
things.
Usually we're trying to stay awake because we record at night. This time we're just waking up. So we'll see how our
as long as we're never fully awake.
differs. Yeah. Yeah. One of these days we'll be like recording in the middle of the day when we're all good to go. Not
I think we're funnier that way though.
You're probably
for
right.
Sure.
drunk on tiredness.
I went to a wedding last night, full disclosure. I might still be a little bit drunk from actual alcohol.
Nice.
Who knows what it is at this point? Here we go. Well, but today we are beginning our history lesson with Halloween Horror Nights 3. I don't think they even called it that back then, but that's what we retroactively refer to it as. By their third year, Universal decided to give fans something different to scream for, and so they added an extra house to the lineup. That's very cool.
Yeah. Just one more house.
Yeah.
Right. What does that make it? 2 houses now?
Yeah. Pretty much.
I think so, yeah.
So the original Dungeon of Terror house, which we talked about last season on our HHN 92 episode, would not be returning this year. And instead, Halloween Horror Nights gave the guests 3 houses to die for.
Oh.
The event once again was held inside Universal Studios Florida for a whopping 5 nights.
Wow.
Yeah. October 23rd, October 24th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. The event ran from 6:30 p.m. to 12 o'clock a.m., and a single admission ticket would set you back $36 plus tax.
Wow.
Breaking the bank, man.
I mean,
I know.
You would hope that for only 3 haunted houses that it wouldn't be much more than that.
True. True. That's very true. And $36 was a little bit more, back in that time than it is now.
I wonder how much a regular daytime ticket was at that time by comparison. Because now I think a single night Horror Nights ticket is pretty close to a single day Universal ticket.
Yeah.
One park,
Yeah, pretty
one day.
much. Trying to think of what you can get inside of HHN for $36. Like a t-shirt.
Yeah, they do have some shirts that are about that much.
Yeah. My Mardi Gras shirt this year was $40 without my discount.
Oh,
so
boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Too much.
Yeah. Too much.
You can come into Horror Nights or you can have a shirt. You have to choose.
Yeah. One or the other. That's it.
Ooh, nice. That sounded like the movie theater Coke ads.
It did.
Sorry, that was my coffee. I didn't mute myself in time before I swirled.
Mute before swirl.
I know. Sorry.
I want
So the
popcorn.
houses at HHN 3 comprised of the returning of People Under the Stairs in Soundstage 23. Beware, the walls are alive with terror. Woo. Although that movie did scare me. I was a kid, of course, but it did
People
scare
Under the
me.
Stairs.
Yeah, so
Harry
that
Potter.
probably would have been a pretty interesting house to see.
It's always scary. I've been going through and like rewatching a bunch of scary movies because my girlfriend hasn't seen a lot of them. And like, it really does, even if you watch them in the middle of the day. Like, I watched them with her when I was visiting in Minnesota, and then I came home. And for like the week after I came back, because that's all we did was just binge like horror movies. And people in your house are scary, whether it's a demon or like a real person. Just the thought
That's
of
true.
people being in your house is scary. I lock my
Yes.
door at night, like the door to my bedroom, not even my apartment door.
Yeah.
It's spooky scary.
Yeah. This is there has to be a sketch or like a video online, a comedy video of a horror movie about the scariness of people being in your house, but they're just like house guests. They're just like people who are coming to visit and staying in a guest room.
and overstaying their welcome.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's terrifying.
Always.
Eating your food and
Yeah.
drinking all your alcohol and
Yeah.
sitting in your seat in the living room.
Putting
How
their feet up
dare
on
they?
your tables.
Yes.
That has to exist. I can't be the first person who connected that, but I'm gonna look it up, and if not, hey, be on the lookout for the first Rush of Fear short film.
That would be hilarious, actually. All right. Up next, we got The Slaughterhouse, located at Nazerman's. This is a blood-soaked house of horror, not for the squeamish.
What is Nazerman's? Where is that?
Nazerman's is like where the Auntie Anne's is now in New York.
Oh,
Okay.
So they used to do houses that like went through those buildings and also like out into the alleyway, like Sting Alley, and like they would use like basically like, I think those all used to be just like storage room, and like maybe a lot of it still is, I don't know, but they would use those buildings as haunted houses. I think I did the last Nazerman's house, which was probably 2007, Castle Vampire or something like that, Club Vampire. There is like a vampire nightclub house that went through there and like went in Sting Alley, and it was real cool. But they don't.
That's fun.
Cool.
Yeah, they don't use that location anymore ever since then, because they have plenty of other space, and I'm guessing they must be using those spaces for actual, daily operation stuff now that they can't sacrifice for horror nights.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Fair.
That sounds interesting.
But the slaughterhouse, you think this was just like an actual slaughterhouse, like they're like cutting people up and putting them through like meat grinders and stuff? Sounds like it was a gory.
That would be my assumption. Yeah. Which is always a fun time.
Yeah, you can never go wrong.
And the smell is usually really bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if they utilized smell, that sense back then, but now whenever we have a gory house like that, I hate that smell of like the I don't even know how to describe it. It just smells like blood and it's nasty.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then last, we have the Psychopath Maze, a maniacal maze. Check into the Bates Motel if you dare. Located, of course, at the Bates Motel.
Dum-bum-bum.
That sounds cool too.
Yeah, I would love to see. I know they did a Psycho Maze in 2006 for Sweet 16, but I didn't do it that year. I think I only did one house that year because I was still a little sissy. But this house, I mean, look at this lineup. We've got 2 IPs. 2 out of the 3 houses are IPs.
Yeah. And I think it's really cool that they used like their resources really well. I mean, they had the Bates Motel there already, so why not make it a house? Which is what I've talked about before with like The Mummy. I wish so much that they would make that a more full experience rather than just the ride.
Oh yeah. Well, I think
because
they
it's so
did at
built
one
for it.
point. I think whenever the Mummy Returns movie came out, there was a house based on that. What I'm not sure of, I think Confrontation might have still been there. But you're right. It would be cool if we did do a mummy house that tied kind of combined with the
Like in the
ride.
queue. Yeah, like in the queue. Because the queue is really dark and already
Oh,
kind of
that would be
creepy with
cool.
Oh, you're
yeah.
saying just put characters in the existing mummy queue during horror
Yeah.
nights?
Well,
That
not just scare actors, but like make it a house. Like, yeah.
whoa. That's really interesting.
And
That
then
would be
you
fun.
end on the ride. Like, wouldn't that be awesome?
That
I
would be
would love
really
to
cool.
see, yeah, I would love to see scare actors in that final room as you go up the stairs to the load platform, because there's like that archaeological dig site that
Mhm.
you like walk through, and right in the middle of the standby line is like that. There's like a table, and it has like blueprints of all of the like tunnels and
Yeah.
things like that, and to have like a scare actor in that spot, because you have to like go fully around him whichever line you're in. That would be cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten jump scares in that line plenty of times just from staff members who are just like lurking around a dark corner,
Yeah.
waiting to scan your express pass. Um,
They used to
so
actually
it's,
have people scaring in that queue.
yeah.
They
Really?
Yeah, they like
uh
when I was a kid, I remember being all scared to go around when the entrance used to be in like the Palace Theater where the lockers are now, and
mhm.
you'd
Mhm.
go to the left around a corner. There would sometimes be like one of the mummy stilt walkers that they still have, walking around outside. They
Mhm.
would be in like that corner, hiding behind like the kind of like the door frame of the archway through that little hallway, and they
Mhm.
would like step out and reach down at you every now and then. So like they didn't look scary, but they were scaring. Um,
That's cool.
and it
I like it.
was exciting. And like every time you went on that ride, I would like peek my head around that corner to see if anybody was there because I didn't want to get scared. But I was also like, I love this ride, but like, is somebody here?
Hello.
Aw.
Yeah.
Hello.
I bet little Kenneth was so cute. Little young Kenneth,
Yeah.
scared to walk around the corners.
uh,
No
eh.
comment. I don't know. I don't know that I'm allowed to say. I thought so, I guess.
Yeah, so psychopath, I mean that sounds cool too.
That does sound cool. I would, yeah. It seems like Psycho might be because in the recent years, Horror Nights has loved doing classic movies. We've had Texas Chainsaw, we've had
Mhm.
The Exorcist, The Shining. It feels almost like Psycho might be ready to make a comeback.
That would be so fun.
I'm all for it.
That's like
Yeah.
my favorite part of the backlot tour over in Studios Hollywood, is when you drive past the Bates Motel and he's putting the wrapped up body in the car, and then he
Mm.
notices you and then starts like following really creepily with the knife. Even in the middle of the day, I'm like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I've seen video footage of that when Conan was hosting the Tonight Show and he had his show on the actual Universal, studio lot. They did a bit where he hosted the tram tour, like he was the
Mhm.
tour guide. And
Oh yeah.
when they got to that part, he's like, "Oh, and there's Norman Bates, and he's putting a body in that car. Now, why do that in broad daylight? Seems like something you would want to do under the shroud of night of darkness." And like just goes on and on about it. And then Norman is doing his normal thing as always, but Conan's just like, "It's too hot for corduroys."
That's funny.
I don't know if that's still online. Anyway, yeah, those houses. That's pretty strong lineup of three houses, I would say.
I think so,
Mhm.
yeah.
Especially, yeah, looks pretty good. But it wasn't just houses. There were actually 5 shows at the event this year.
Oh my
Wow.
Because
goodness.
as we remember, in the early years, the first 2 years, it was like mostly shows. It was
Mhm.
like, well, one scare zone, 1 or 2 houses, and like 18 shows.
Yeah.
Um, So this year, our 5 shows were Robosaurus. He returned on the New York streets, and it was man versus machine to the death. This is like a monster truck style giant mechanical dinosaur that breathes fire and eats cars.
Dum bum bum.
Yeah, a super cool thing to see. Less exciting than it sounds, but still very impressive.
Yeah.
What year was the fire where Robosaurus caught on fire?
Oh, I don't know. Is that something Julie talked about?
I think it was, yeah.
Well,
don't
I read it in a
remember.
book.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
Julie talked about it when she was with us.
Did she?
I think so, yeah.
One of the years he caught on fire because they didn't empty the gas lines out of the vehicle that they were going to crush. And so
oh,
yeah, but apparently everybody, all the guests there thought it was part of the show.
right.
But they had like fire trucks coming in and everything, and the staff were trying to usher people out of the way, but all the guests were like, "This is amazing! We got fire trucks too! Wow, they went all out!"
Yeah, that's awesome.
So they learned real fast to make sure those gas lines were completely empty before Robosaurus got to them.
Yeah,
It's like when Maleficent caught on fire during Festival of Fantasy.
oh yeah, that was the
Freaky.
best.
So fun when
Yeah.
things catch on fire.
It looks cool.
I love it.
So then there was also Hex Maniacs. Where on the streets of New York, the hand is quicker than the eye. Illusions include a cremation.
What?
Wow.
A
That's cool.
cremation.
I miss when like magic and illusionists used to be part of Horror Nights.
Yeah.
That was always fun.
And that seems like
neither
such
of you
a
ever saw
simple,
anything
easy
like
thing
that.
to make happen. So I'm surprised they don't have that.
Yeah.
It was in 1992 that Robosaurus got caught on fire. So the second year of the event, he caught on fire. But then he was brought back in 93, 94, and 2006.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Thank you. Continue.
Then we have Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure returning, of course, in the Wild West Theater. Bodacious stunts and awesome surprises take you on a trick or treat through time.
Ooh, woo.
I know. I wonder.
Bill and Ted's.
What's that?
I said, "Oh, good old Bill and Ted's."
Yeah, this
Bill
was the
and Ted.
second year of the Bill and Ted show at Horror Nights. I wish we had like a breakdown of what happened in the show. Who were the big pop culture, or was it already like a big pop culture lampoon, or was it more original, like just telling a new story?
I am doing a quick Google
Okay.
search.
I think weren't they always doing pop culture stuff?
I think it started very quickly, but I want to say the first show was almost just the Wild 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 West stunt show, but with like jokes and Bill and Ted in it. I could be wrong. I was a baby when this happened.
You were a baby.
Okay. Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure was one of the 7 shows featured during HHN 3. It was located in the Wild West stage, reportedly very similar to the year's previous shows. Bodacious stunts, awesome surprises take you on a trick-or-treat through time. Bill S. Preston and Ted Theodore Logan return for another Hollywood night of time traveling adventure. This excellent show of gnarly proportions is filled with awesome stunts and totally radical special effects. Show starts with a gunfight between a sheriff in an old western town and a bank robber. The phone booth appears. Bill and Ted jump out. Bill and Ted were going back in time to trick or treat in their neighborhood over and over again, but somehow they were transported to the Wild West. The bank robber jumps into the phone booth and travels travels in time to the future in order to bring back horror movie villains to help him defeat the heroes. Interesting.
Oh.
Bill brings out the phone Rufus gave to dial if the phone booth ever gets stolen, but instead of the phone booth coming back, the DeLorean appears. Cool. Doc Brown comes out, says they need to get the phone booth back. Bill and Ted then call the phone booth, and the bank robber comes out with a posse of bad guys, including Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, and the Terminator.
Ooh.
Oh my God. The villains chase the heroes around, and the chase ends with the sheriff shooting the bank robber. Jesus Christ. Bill and Ted then bring back musicians to perform an amazing Wild Stallion show for the audience. The musicians include Madonna, MC Hammer, the Blues Brothers, and Fat Elvis. The final song is a group rendition of Shout, and the show ends with a house set falling on Doc Brown. Wow.
That sounds amazing.
How did they come up with all of that?
I'm telling you, bowl of noodles, throw it on the ceiling, whatever sticks, that's what goes in.
Yes. Oh my God. So
Like,
no pop culture. Well, a little bit, but not much.
A little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't the like epic movie, horrible. Those like spoof movies that were just awful in the like mid 2000s. To me, like Bill and Ted at one point started feeling kind of like those, and I was not a fan of that. But this feels like it was before that, and it was a little more focused and like actually telling a story.
Yeah, that's a story.
Yeah, it is. It sounded awesome though.
Like Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, and then you would think someone else like, I don't know, Michael Myers, but they were like, you know what? No, the Terminator.
Yes.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was the year that Terminator 2 came out. Or no, 92. Yeah. Came out in 92. So it was on the mind.
It was popular back there, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's great.
Good times.
Yeah. Also, the thing you just read said there were 7 shows at Horror Nights 3, and we are looking at 5 here. So I wonder where the discrepancy comes from.
Hexmaniacs, Human Blockhead, Robosaurus, Rock
Human
Inferno.
Blockhead is not on there.
Yeah, we don't have Human Blockhead. Well, we'll finish reading the ones that we have, and then you can fill us in on the others that we're missing on this list.
It's a little confusing because this one, I clicked on Human Blockhead and it pulled up HHN 2. So,
interesting.
It's okay.
Okay.
Moving forward.
Well, the next show we have is Crossbows of Death. On the Animal Actor stage, this is split-second timing. Each shot could be your last. I'm imagining just like the William Tell thing. Just like shooting apples off of people's heads.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
It says the show features Han and Maureen Pantar doing various stunts with crossbows.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were shooting, I'm sure it was like a trick crossbow show.
Yeah.
Kind of like they do at the Ren fairs where the person is spinning on the wheel and there's the knife thrower.
Sure.
That kind of stuff.
Another great trick crossbow show is Hawkeye on Disney Plus.
I'm done. I gotta go. Oh my God. I liked that show.
Oh, me too. It was great.
It was so good. That's funny. I'm wondering how long that show was though, because I feel like there's only so many tricks you can do with a crossbow. Yeah, unless there was like other trick stuff included with it that they just like didn't put in the description.
Yeah, it feels like the show couldn't have been more than 3 minutes long.
Right. Can you imagine filling the entire Animal Actor stage for like a 6-minute show and then being like, goodbye. Yeah. We know you just sat down, but bye.
You know what I bet it was? Is like if it was like a 15 or 20-minute show, it was probably like 3 actual tricks that they do with the crossbows. And then in between like the setup of each one, they just have like dancers and
Yeah.
people like talking about, how dangerous it is, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or
Just
like the
like
mime that
filling
they used
time.
to, the mime that they used to have at the SeaWorld shows. He would pop out
Oh yeah, I
and
forgot about
Mime.
that. Those were fun.
entertain you in between.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
that was like very Cirque du Soleil style.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow,
Good stuff.
what a flashback.
Let's just
All
hope
right.
that they didn't use the actual animals as the targets. I mean,
Yeah.
that
Oh boy.
that probably would have made people really on the edge. I would
Yeah.
rather see a human about to get shot than a dog. So
Agreed.
uh,
That would be
can you
not
imagine
good.
like being on the edge of your seat like, oh no,
Oh
Fluffy,
no.
run.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
got Oh my.
Run for your life. Oh boy. That's like you throw a stick for fetch and they're like, this stick is coming way too fast. Um
Oh, that's great.
the next show here is Rock Inferno featuring Herb Williams and Gibraltar.
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 Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I'm guessing it's a band. Join our ghouls and dance the night away on Hollywood Boulevard. See, and this is the kind of thing I would love for them to bring back to Horror Nights. Like just live music on a
And that's just
stage.
because you want Pangolin to be hired.
I mean,
Come
I would
on.
love that, but even if it wasn't us, I would love this sort of thing to be
Yeah.
in there.
Because
Yeah,
there's
for
really
sure.
so it says that it was located on the Mel's Drive-In stage. So I'm sure it was just a continuous show
Yeah, like they
throughout the
play
night.
sets. Yeah, they'd play sets like throughout
Yeah.
the night. Yeah.
Like kind of like a bar band, they'll just like set up and play for like an hour and a half, take a break, and then come back and do another hour and a half.
Yeah.
Which that'd be great to kind of hear that in the background while you're walking around and stuff, even if you're not standing there and actually dancing the night away. But that would be cool. And I would love to see Pangolin there.
I would love for them to set up one of the stages they have at Rock the Universe. It's like an acoustic Coca-Cola Zone stage or something that they put in New York on one of those it's one of those like in between streets that where like the back of the stage is like right by the Transformers ride entrance.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a nice little out of the way place where you can put a little show, put a little concert, fill up that street with the crowd watching that concert, and like kind of keep it out of the way of the scare zone. There, that's where I would put it. When I saw that stage set up during Rock the Universe, I was like, it's perfect. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah. The one there's the one in the alleyway where the Blues Brothers perform. You could do that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's that.
That stage is so small though. You could never put a drum set and like a full band on that stage.
Well, no, that alleyway. They put a stage in the middle of the alleyway.
Oh.
Because it's so big.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that little area is used for is a walkthrough.
Right.
Between the two.
So you're just saying the street that the Blues Brothers show is on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the same street I'm talking about. They like put that Coca-Cola staged on that street during Rock the Universe.
Yeah.
And it's cool. But anyway, those are the shows I have listed here for this year.
Yeah, the two that are on this website that I'm looking at, we have Human Blockhead, which was a show in New York next to Sting Alley. The show was a man who could stick nails in his nasal cavity, stick pins in his head, and swallow swords.
Oh, God.
I feel like I saw something like that at Horror Nights, but I don't know if it was the same guy.
Yeah. And then we have Burn and Bury, which was it was located over in World Expo, near the entrance of the Psychopath Maze. During the event, it was part of the midway of the bazaar, and it featured a salesman selling cremation services and cemetery plots.
What? Like, that's what it was? He was just pretending to sell things?
Yeah, it's the description says a traveling burial show and grill. So I'm assuming it was it was like a guy, selling cremation and cemetery plots, but also kind of like roasting people as they walk by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
roasting people on the
yeah.
grill.
That too.
Oh,
Oh
that's
man.
funny.
What a
Wow.
time.
I would love to
What a
see that.
time.
How
Yeah.
interesting.
The Wild West, truly.
I know, like it would just be so fun to be walking around Horror Nights, and instead of like walking through scare zones everywhere. I mean, you still have those, but like in between, if they just had like random, like one-off carnival acts or like like freak show type performers, because they did it the year that they had the scare zone about what was that one movie, Cirque du Freak?
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
that scare zone, and that was basically like freak show performers that were actual like contracted performers, like the guy, that lizard guy with the forked tongue and like the tattoos. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him do a show at Cirque du Freak, and it was awesome. But you're just like walking around, and you're like, oh look, it's that lizard guy from the Travel Channel. Whoa, like let's watch him.
Fair
It was cool.
enough. Okay. So that was Horror Nights 1993. Good times. 3
Oh, yeah.
houses, 7 shows in various areas. Yeah, so now we're going to move on to 1994 Horror Nights. Horror Nights 4. For their 4th year, Horror Nights wanted to expand the terror even more, and they did this by ensuring that your screams of fright could be heard outside the confines of the houses. Horror Nights designed a terror-filled street rampant with the likes of chainsaw-wielding maniacs and other nightmarish creations. The Scare Zone was born.
Nice.
Wow.
Yay!
Very cool.
I know. Good stuff. Halloween Horror Nights 4 descended upon Universal Studios Florida in 1994 for 7 nights. We got
Oh my gosh.
2 extra.
This event is
my
rapidly
God.
expanding year by
Oh my
year.
God. So we had October 14th, 15th, 21st, 22nd, 29th, 30th, and 31st from 7 a.m. to midnight. So we
7
lost.
7
p.m.
p.m.
Oh, yep, you're correct. 7 p.m. to midnight, but we lost 30 minutes because
Yeah.
93 was 6:30. But the price of the ticket, the single night ticket, remained exactly the same, $36 plus tax.
I
That's
mean,
bang
that's
for your
unheard
buck.
of.
Yeah,
Since when do theme parks not raise their prices every year?
Yeah.
the 90s.
Yes,
And especially
apparently.
given the fact that they added an extra house this year. There were 4 houses, so you got a whole extra house, and now there's a scare zone, and you don't have to pay any extra for it.
Nope.
That's special.
So
Never
nice of them.
again. We'll
Yeah.
see
Yes.
the likes of that.
They had no idea how good they had it back then.
No.
Well, let's go through these houses then. So there's 4 houses this year. There was Hell's Kitchen, located at Nazerman's. And this is a host of demonic butchers chase you through this flight of terror. That sounds fun. I love the idea of going through like a restaurant kitchen. That's what I'm imagining, like
Yeah.
almost like that scene in Jurassic Park, but instead of dinosaurs, it's like cooks and butchers with knives and stuff.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
So last year at HHN, that food truck that they had set up over in the scare zone in Hollywood, that was
Oh,
super
yeah.
cool. Like seeing all the bloody stuff and like on the
Oh, yeah.
serving, the serving dishes and stuff. That was a cool concept. So yeah, I bet this house was really, really fun too.
Yeah. Oh, fun.
And did they really let them chase you?
Hey, these are different times.
They were. That's why I'm like, I'm wondering, because they were actually allowed to, according to Julie Zimmerman, they were allowed to touch you a little bit too back then, right?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they wouldn't grab you, but they definitely didn't have the same rules in place that we have now. So
Yeah, for sure. Spooky, scary.
So now we have the Boneyard, located in the Boneyard. And this is the catacombs of a recently evacuated insane asylum. The Boneyard is not easy to escape. This is confusing to me because the Boneyard was basically just a big empty like area where the Music Plaza now is, but it was just like flat land where they would put like movie props on display. So it's in like I'm curious of how they made it an asylum. Like did they I mean obviously they put up walls, but did they put like a ceiling on it? Like was it enclosed or was it just
Um,
open air? I wonder.
It
Or maybe it was in a tent.
says the Boneyard was an outdoor area of Universal Studios Orlando that's located where Music Plaza stage is today. The area was used to hold props from various movies like Jaws and Back to the Future. In 1994, Universal decided to build a structure around the Boneyard area to hold a haunted house. The props from the Boneyard were temporarily moved to another space to make room for the house, and the house actually had 2 entrances leading into 2 technically different haunted houses.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Ah.
Each side would have a unique room, making guests have to go through both entrances to experience the haunted house in its entirety. This would be the only time the Boneyard was ever used for a haunted house, as it was never used again for that purpose. Although this would be the last haunted house located in the Boneyard, there would be a couple of scare zones located in that area. Also, the insane asylum setting would be reused in the Insanity House in 1999.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The first year I went to Horror Nights in 2005, there was a chain link fence maze in the Boneyard.
Ooh.
But I guess it wasn't a haunted house. It was like a hedge maze except chain link fences, and I think Jack was on a pedestal in the middle of it, like up above with a megaphone and just like screaming at people down in the maze.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, there is a scene with an evil dentist. Icky.
Ooh.
Icky, icky.
Icky. There is a scene with live snakes.
Whoa. I wonder why they just called it the Boneyard. Like, why wouldn't you name the actual house? Because it doesn't sound like the house was about a boneyard.
I'm not sure.
It's the catacombs. It's the catacombs of a recently evacuated insane asylum. So
yeah, and it does look like there's a roof.
Yeah, it's where they buried all of the crazy people.
Yeah. Okay. I see that.
Judging by the map, guests actually entered the house from the back of the Boneyard near the sound stages. The facade of the house consisted of a gate with a sign that said "Condemned the Boneyard," and underneath it, Zimmerman Memorial Medical Center.
Oh,
Zimmerman.
Nice.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I would have gone through this house. This looks cool. There's a couple of pictures down at here, I'll send this to you guys. Down at the bottom of the page. Where's our group chat? There it is. It looks pretty nifty. Definitely not the Horror Nights that we know of today, but still very fun.
I'm trying to get this picture to open up. There we go.
Ooh, creepy.
Yeah. That is pretty cool. Ooh, yeah.
One of the trivia pieces says on the 1994 HHN map, this house was labeled incorrectly, and it says the Boneyard was located in Amity, even though it was actually located in Production Central.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun.
Wow.
Good stuff.
That's cool.
Moving on to the return of the Dungeon of Terror. This time it's in the Earthquake queue. There is no apparent escape. Are you to become the next victim of the night? I never got to.
Before this was in the Jaws queue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think it was at the first 2 years, right? But it took the third year off.
Yes. Yeah, it wasn't at 93.
Correct.
Gotcha. Well, very cool. I would have loved to have experienced a Dungeon of Terror. I never did. There was one in 2006, but again, um, I was not the enthusiastic, skilled Horror Nights attendee that I am now. Um,
Fair.
yeah, and then last up, we have the Psychopath Maze back again at the Bates Motel. You can check in. Mother Bates will check you out. And this returned to the Bates Motel set that was where Curious George Goes to Town is now.
I love it.
That's funny.
Oh, it says in the house there was a scene called The Closet, and it featured a closet filled with clothes. Norman Bates' mother would jump out from behind these clothes with a knife.
Ooh.
Remember the
Nice.
closet scare in Puppet Theater?
Oh,
Yes, it was
yes.
the best.
It never hit the same way as it did that first
That
time.
very, very
Yes.
first time.
But that first time, that was top tier scare.
I don't
So
know.
good.
The mirror got me more than the
Yeah,
closet did.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
'cause-
yeah.
oh god, it was so good. All right,
Such a great house.
and
Remember
then
going through Hill House that first time and the guy out front before we even like really made it into the house scared us really bad?
oh yeah, it was what's his name? The boy, the little the
The
drug addict character.
one son. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what his name was.
Sad. I miss it.
That was a good one.
So good.
And then we have the very first HHN Scare Zone, Horrorwood. This is come face to face with the Chainsaw Drill Team, the Lizzie Borden Band,
Oh,
the Monks in the Hood, and more on Hollywood Boulevard. What could the Monks in the Hood possibly have been?
That's so hilarious.
Monks in the Hood. Okay, it says Monks in the Hood was a group featured in the Horror Nights Scare Zone Horrorwood. The Monks in the Hood were pale monks in hooded robes. And that's literally all it says.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
that legitimately that's it. There's a photo. I'll send it.
Okay.
I mean, I guess monks are kind of creepy looking, but I don't know that I would have.
Oh, wait, I don't
So
want to
funny.
send that to
But
my
to put them in a
girlfriend. Hold
scare
on.
zone with chainsaws.
Oh, she'll like it.
They
It
don't.
kind of.
It looks like they're holding something, but I'm not sure what. They're just wandering.
Interesting.
Oh.
I wouldn't have
don't
called
get
them
it.
monks. They look like you could have named them. You could have made up a name for them.
Yeah. This was the first year of the Chainsaw Drill Team? Or no, we've had it previously.
I think that it said this is the first one.
Nice.
Monks in the Hood sounds like it should have been the next sequel in the Alvin and the Chipmunks series.
Oh my.
I thought it was going to be a spoof off of Boys in the Hood because isn't it like that same time period of Boys in the Hood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was
don't
picturing
get it.
like, you know, the chains around the neck and stuff, but making them into monks. I don't know. It was
But like, did they scare or did they just wander? I don't know.
They
I
prayed.
don't know.
What's that thing that
Yeah.
looks like they're dragging?
Right, that's what I said. What?
The thing. Well, I was going to say that they prayed like monks do, but then they were like, preying upon their victims. So maybe that's why
Oh,
they were monks.
maybe.
They're carrying some kind of cart. Don't
Yeah.
know what that is.
This Lizzie Borden band. Do you guys know who Lizzie Borden is?
No.
Lizzie Borden was one of the first like female serial killers back in like the 1700s. She killed, well, supposedly, she killed her entire family with an axe.
Okay. This sounds kind of
Yeah.
maybe familiar.
Mm-hmm. There's a nursery rhyme about Lizzie Borden. But in the Scare Zone, the Lizzie Borden Band was a group of women dressed in 19th century clothing, playing instruments led by Lizzie Borden herself. And the Axe Corps featured similarly dressed women, but instead of instruments, they had axes.
Sweet. I would like
Yeah.
that.
That is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's so silly.
And they were playing instruments?
Yeah, it was like a marching band led by Lizzie Borden as like their drum leader.
That's so funny. Like, how
That's
did
very
they
Yeah.
silly.
I wish I could have been in the boardroom with like
Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
were coming up with these ideas, because it's just such a mix mash of so many different things.
It says the Scare Zone featured red and green lights that would flicker and turn off. The sounds of crunching bones, screams, and evil laughter would come from dark doorways and walls. Howling sounds, a sinister soundtrack that would alternate from very loud to very quiet, and body parts hanging from the trees. There were also people trapped in cages and dancers in the trees as well.
Oh, dancers in the trees?
Interesting.
So strange.
Huh.
There was some pictures of the scare actors from Horrorwood in the 2020 Tribute Zone or Tribute Store.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Wow, look at that.
That's
Very cool.
crazy.
Mhm.
So the first Scare Zone, that was it.
Yep, Horrorwood.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It kind of sounds pretty similar to the Lights, Camera, Action Zone we got last year. Just like nothing goes together. It's just, people wearing different costumes running around scaring you without much rhyme or reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which I love.
And you can't go wrong with the chainsaw drill team. I mean, they always get you.
Yeah. Just chainsaws in general. I feel like that's just kind of a haunt staple that you'll never go wrong with.
Yeah. It's just like a slam dunk, you're going to get a good reaction.
Yeah. And it doesn't, like, if there was a haunt without chainsaws, I'd be like, something's missing.
Yeah.
Something doesn't feel right. Yeah. Where's the loud noise?
Yeah, that's one of the first noises I listen for when I'm entering HHN is I want to hear those chainsaws,
Absolutely.
starting up.
Did they have chainsaws at Hallow Scream, Maddie? Do you remember? I know they had those like knee pad like sliders, but I don't remember if they had chainsaws.
Oh.
I don't think I don't remember seeing any.
I don't think so.
Interesting. The knee pad thing was cool though.
The sliders, yeah. I have a friend who does the sliders. He did it for Hallow Scream, and then he also did it for Dark Horizons the year previous.
Is he the one that you kept trying to take a picture of?
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah, Maddie had this guy slide across the floor like 7 times.
Yeah.
Trying to get a picture.
It's so neat though. It's something that I don't think Horror Nights has ever done it because there's just too much foot traffic and they would get stepped on so easily. But a lot of the smaller haunts have been using the sliders, and they use sliders out in HHN Hollywood as well because they limit the amount of tickets they sell, so they limit the amount of people in the event. But it's so interesting because I feel like when you're walking through a theme park, you're never looking at ankle level. You're always looking at your level or higher.
Right.
So for someone that can make sparks with their hands, and that noise is also very jarring. Like chainsaw noise is very jarring, but to hear someone sliding in front of you, it's one of the coolest things.
Especially if they use the spark glove too.
Yeah, the spark gloves and the knee pads, and some of them have the spark things on the tops of their shoes.
Oh,
cool.
It's very, very neat. I wish Horror Nights did it, but it would just be too dangerous for them.
Yeah, it would be impossible to find a clearing to be able to slide through and not just crash into somebody's legs.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Shows?
Yes. Universal continued, of course, with a slew of shows. Up first, we've got Bill and Ted Meet Time Cop. And again, it's in the Wild West Theater. Check it out. The boys are back with Time Cop and a host of infamous characters for more action-packed thrills than ever before.
Do you have a similar breakdown from the
I
of
do.
what this show was? Let's hear it. I
All
don't
right.
know. Is Time Cop a movie? Like, I know
Yeah.
RoboCop, but I don't. Time Cop doesn't necessarily.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was.
think of who he looks like. You know.
I don't remember much
Time
about it, but I do
Cop.
know that it was.
I'm looking it up. Oh yeah, Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Time Cop.
Wow, look at him.
Okay.
Time Enforcement Commission. Did they redo Time Cop not recently, but within the past couple of years?
I don't remember.
I just now am
Oh.
confirming to myself that this exists.
What is there's a movie I'm thinking of with
Clock Stoppers.
no. Oh, it's R.I.P.D.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why in my head that was the same thing, or like a redone version of Time Cop. Ignore me. Okay. This show was reportedly the first one to fully utilize pop culture icons instead of horror movie villains. This was also reportedly the first to really increase the comedy aspect. Some pop culture references in this show included a fight between Nancy Kerrigan and Tonya Harding. Oh my God. The Terminator appearing to save the day, and O.J. Simpson jokes with him driving in a white Ford Bronco.
You have to.
I mean, yeah, that was a big year.
Classic.
That was a big year. Trivia for this one: James Keaton, the actor who would later play Jack the Clown, this was his the show where he played Ted.
Very cool.
And that's unfortunately all I have for this year.
Okay. Well,
I don't know where Time Cop came into it, but I'm sure something happened with the phone booth and they had Time Cop help them get it back.
Probably. Yep.
Well,
Nancy Kerrigan and Tonya Harding. That's funny.
Yeah. Sounds great. What a big year for
that was really big
events.
news back then. I mean,
Yeah.
it really was.
Yeah. Can you imagine, like, if we had a Bill and Ted show for HHN 31 and all the stuff that they could bring into it?
Ooh.
Right.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and that's my point. Is like back then, you know, the big news was figure skating, a figure skating scandal, and like
right.
Today that would be like, oh God, whatever. We got bigger things to worry about.
Tonya Harding versus Nancy Kerrigan. I feel like if that similar thing was brought into a Bill and Ted show in HHN 31, it would be something like Will Smith and what's his face?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the biggest equivalent to something like that we have now, because most of the news now is just so horrifying. It's like you can't make a comedy show based on cultural current events anymore, because everything is just so serious. But
so serious.
The Will Smith and Chris Rock is like the one thing. It's like, okay, this is ripe for jokes, and no one got seriously hurt. No one's life is in jeopardy over this. There's no it's not divisive in that way. Maybe instead of the Bill and Ted show, it's just the Will Smith and Chris Rock show this year.
Oh,
just the two of them.
Oh God. Moving on, we have The Devil and His Showgirls. This could be found on the streets of New York, or as Maddie wrote it, New York.
New York.
Listen, I did not write this. All of this was copy and pasted from Lee.
Found on the streets of New York. I mean, that is about how they say it.
Yeah, that's just an accurate accent.
It is. Mm-hmm. Join the lowest of the lounge lizards and his fiendish femme fatales at the swinginest. There we go. At the swinginest cabaret this side of purgatory. That sounds really fun. I like it too.
It was located next to Louis' Italian restaurant, and it
Oh,
is described as a satanic musical review.
how
I
fun.
like that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the little band that was in Case Files.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Like that whole vibe, you know? I love it.
The Kitty Cat Club.
Yeah.
Yes, with the Devil Girls.
Yeah,
Um,
that
yeah,
was the best.
so good. Scantily clad Vegas showgirls dancing to various rock and roll songs.
That's great. Let's bring that back.
I
Yeah.
like it. I'm here for it.
Yes, yes.
I feel like
And
we're less reviewing history and more just like making a wish list.
we
Yeah.
are.
Okay, yes, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yes.
And then up next we have Robosaurus again, which is man versus machine on the New York streets to the death and again. So we all know what
Mhm.
Robosaurus was at this point. Apparently he was loved because he kept coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that we've got The Price is Fright on the Animal Actors stage. Come on down with Beetlejuice, your ghost host with the most. If you dare, take the challenge of the wildest game show in the world.
If I could go back and see one thing from Horror Nights history that I wasn't able to see, this probably would be it.
Yeah.
This sounds like the best thing in the world to me. I want this so bad.
Yes. And it
I
makes
am
sense.
sending you guys photos.
They're utilizing the Animal Actor stage, which we've talked about a million times, right? Like, why did they
Yeah.
not use that stage? So
Yeah.
it's the perfect setting. It's the perfect thing that they can throw in there without really changing up the set too much for the daytime.
Yeah.
And Beetlejuice is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
This
Are you?
this past year when Beetlejuice was coming to Horror Nights, people were like, "Oh my gosh, Beetlejuice finally comes to Horror Nights," or people were saying like everything is like anniversary stuff, but except for Beetlejuice. And I would have to tell people like, "No, Beetlejuice has been at Horror Nights before, just not as a house. He hosted a game show called The Price is Fright," and I think people thought I was making it up because it sounds like the kind of thing that I would make up. But no, it was real, and I want it.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
want it so bad.
It sounds good. So it says on the website, according to records, at the beginning of each night, contestants were chosen to participate in the game. There was also a pre-show in which quote unquote things were thrown at the audience and water
Ah.
squirted at the audience periodically. The show featured Beetlejuice as a game show host and Vanna Fright as a co-host. I love it. That's gonna be my new name, Vanna Fright. Pitting guests placed in teams against each other in an evil game show. Contestants would win prizes, and the show featured the Wheel of Misfortune with the options of win, lose, or draw blood.
Oh, fun.
I love
So
it. And I
cool.
sent you guys some photos as well.
Yeah, like concept art drawings.
Yeah.
So
I
the
want
contestants
this.
were actual guests, right? They weren't
Mhm.
actors. That's cool.
It said, yeah, they were actual guests. It also says, for trivia, in 1994, a couple got married on the stage of the show during the event.
If I
I
ever
think I
get
remember Julie talking about that.
if I ever
Yeah.
get the chance to do a Horror Nights wedding, I'm gonna request this. I'm gonna say we need the set of The Price is Right back.
Bring it back.
Because I will not have my wedding anywhere else.
It
Beetlejuice is the officiant.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so great.
It looks
Uh,
really good.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
just so fun. This is the kind of stuff that I do wish they would bring back, because there just needs to be something fun and silly.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't
Yeah.
had fun and silly out in the streets in such a long time.
And especially for that was always the great thing about Bill and Ted was if you did need a break from the horror, you could go and sit and watch a comedy show. And like this year they had two. They had Bill and Ted and they had The Price is Fright. But The Price is Fright feels like the kind of thing that you would have more freedom to kind of do whatever you want more than you could with Bill and Ted, because Bill and Ted, you have to deal with like other, I mean, I guess you don't have to deal with all the IPs because it's parody technically, so you
Yeah.
can kind of do whatever you want. But that's why you couldn't ever record the show, was because they were like, we didn't ask for permission to do any of this stuff because it's parody, but just to
Right.
cover ourselves,
Right.
please don't put this online in case, somebody doesn't have a sense of humor about this. But The Price is Right feels like you could do it and you wouldn't have to necessarily involve other characters from other things. It kind of feels like it would be similar to like the Jack's Carnival of Carnage show, except less gory, less murder, and more just like jokes and spooky fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And with actual audience participation, like this thing is a dream come true to me. I want it so bad.
I like it. This website also says there was a 5th show called Rock and Roll Inferno, which was pretty much the same thing as the previous year with the Herb Williams and Gibraltar on the Mel's Drive-In stage. So it was just like the sets of music and dancers and stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I believe that is that the end of 1994.
Yeah, that's the end. We did it.
Wow, we did it. Well,
We
before we
did
wrap up, though. Oh, I'm sorry, Michelle. Go ahead.
No, I was just making fun of you.
Why? What did you say?
I said we did it.
We did it.
Oh, okay. How is that making fun of me?
Because
I
that's
know.
what you just said. You don't
Oh,
even
is
know
it?
you said it. Yeah, you're like, we
Okay.
did it.
We did it.
I'm just channeling Gru from the Superstar Parade. We did it! Yeah! Yeah. They danced. I always laugh at that. Like he's celebrating. You guys just danced. What do you mean? We did it. Well, so before we wrap up the episode, though, there is one little thing. We didn't want to do a whole episode on it because last time we did an episode on this, they released an update to it the next day after we released our episode. But there is a new spec map. We're not going to spend super long talking about it. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you've probably seen it. We posted it on our Instagram and on our social medias. So how do we want to do this? Do we just kind of want to read down the new updated list quickly? And if anyone has any comments to make about any of them, we'll just kind of cover everything pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. I'll just read the list of houses then. So right here, Haunted Houses for Speculation Map version 2.0 from Horror Night Nightmares. We have Stranger Things over here in the sound stages. We have Dead Man's Wharf, an original based on the Scare Zone, which I think last time we speculated that I think it was just a seaside village house on the last map, and now it says Dead Man's Wharf, and that's also in a soundstage, the entrance through the Jimmy Fallon queue. For number C, we have Bug House over in the sound stages, the entrance that was the Tooth Fairy entrance last year. Mm-hmm. In D, which was the entrance for the Icons house last year, we have Mummy versus the Wolfman. Okay, very cool. Then over here in E, which is in the Fast and Furious queue, we have El Chupacabra, which we discussed last time.
Mm-hmm.
Over in Tent 3, which is the one between the old Fear Factor Theater and Men in Black, we have The Horrors of Blumhouse featuring The Black Phone and Freaky. For G, which is in Tent 2, we have Underground Creatures, which is an original we discussed last time. In H, which is Tent 1, we have The Wicked Growth 2. Interesting. In I, which last year was the entrance to Beetlejuice and would probably put that in the old parade den, B79. That is Halloween. And then in J, which is the new parade den, or B108, we have The Weeknd. Yeah. As far as scare zones, most of them are unknown, but the speculation map does say that N, which is Central Park, is Scarecrow. And then for shows, Marathon of Mayhem is expected to return to the Lagoon, and an unknown show going into Fear Factor, or the theater formerly known as Fear Factor.
Factor.
Any
Yeah.
comments?
I love the addition of Stranger Things. Obviously, that's no surprise. I know a lot of people probably feel differently, but that's coming out this month.
Right.
So that kind of makes
Oh, yeah.
sense. And kind of what we talked about on UUOP, if you guys have listened over there at all recently, my thoughts are that this year of Stranger Things is going to be a little bit more mature because the kids have grown up. You know, they're older now. So I think that this season is going to be a little bit more adultish. So I'm hoping that the house will be a little bit more adultish / scary as well. So that sounds cool. And then the bug house idea I think is really interesting.
Whew, man, I don't like bugs. It's going to be a rough one.
What are you
but that's the
imagining when you
point.
hear the name Bug House? Like, what does that bring to mind for you?
For me, like I picture like some special effects, like maybe what they use in the Mummy ride, where it makes it feel like the bugs are crawling under your feet. So I picture kind of that. I picture lots of Sith, hanging down with
Oh yeah,
all of like
Mhm.
the spider webs and stuff.
yeah.
I lots of
Maybe those little
sounds.
like air cannons that make you like that they used on Shrek when they wanted you to feel like the tarantulas were like going down the back of your neck,
Yes.
like
Lots of
blasting out of the walls with
sounds like
those.
bugs crawling in the walls. I think that it would be kind of claustrophobic feeling as well.
Mm.
I don't know. This sounds fun to me.
Yeah, Bug House is such a wide open concept, and like the name is so vague that it could be a lot of different things, but it seems cool.
Yeah.
The Wicked Growth 2, while I am generally in favor of that idea, I don't like the idea of having it the year after the first house. Um, I would
Agreed.
I would rather wait a few years before bringing things back. Just in general across the board, that's my feeling. Unless it's something like, Stranger Things or American Horror Story, where it's, continuing an IP story that that makes sense. But for originals, I think it makes more sense to uh, spread it out. Give us new originals every year, and then after a little while, then we can bring back old favorites.
Yeah.
That's typically been the strategy. So I think it would be very unusual for the Wicked Growth 2. That to me would indicate like a lack of ideas for originals.
Yeah.
Well, Wicked Growth was so good though, and I
Oh yeah, like
loved it.
of
Uh,
course.
and I kind of hope it does come back this year because I really want Lee and Tracy to see it. Like that's a really silly reason I know for the whole world to have it back and back. But like it was so good and I'm kind of looking forward to them experiencing that.
Sure. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. I haven't seen Freaky, but I love the idea of it being a house. I have not, I loved, um, what was the one that was in the Blumhouse, the with the like the Happy Death Day. That movie is really
Mhm.
fun. I thought the house did a pretty good job recreating that. I think most fans disagreed. They didn't like that house. I thought it was fine. I think rumors more recently have indicated that Netflix might not be playing with Horror Nights anymore, but we'll have to wait and see.
Hmm.
At least I heard that. I was listening to HHN 365, I think, and they were talking about that rumor. I had not seen that online, but I just wanted to mention it just so that we have it on
Yeah.
record.
I will say the one thing that I noticed was the placement of different things. So the weekend, Halloween, and then Seaside Village / Dead Man's Wharf and Underground Creatures all stayed in the same spot on the map.
Oh.
Whereas El Chupacabra moved to where the Curse of Pandora's box was. And then the Mummy versus the Wolfman moved from one spot to a different spot.
Mm.
So if Halloween and the weekend and Seaside Village / Dead Man's Wharf are here. Like, I think that's most likely where they're going to be.
Sure.
But
I'm trying to
yeah,
think. That's a good point that I hadn't thought about what things we lost from the previous one. We
yeah.
lost
Fear Street,
Pandora's Box, Fear Street.
The Evil Dead, The
Oh,
Last of
yeah.
Us.
Which all of
Yeah.
those would be great to have.
Yeah. I personally was more excited about the first spec map. I think the first spec map had a really good mixture of media and originals and like new ideas, things like that. I don't think I'm as excited for the second spec map. I think for me it's just a lot of repeating things. We're repeating Halloween for who knows how many years. We have more
Right.
Blumhouse, which like we've had Blumhouse in the past. Stranger Things again. You know, we could have had a different, you know, the rumor about the Netflix being done aside, like we could have had a different type of Netflix horror show instead of Stranger Things coming back. Now, obviously, we haven't seen Stranger Things yet. The new season, it hasn't come out. Maybe my mind will be changed after. But like, I was a bit more excited for a new type of Netflix show to be here as opposed to Stranger Things coming back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I would have been okay with Fear Street as well.
yeah. And like I was also excited about Pandora's Box, hopefully more
Yeah.
things coming from Hollywood over to here because I think Hollywood has a very different their creative team is different from our creative team and their houses have very different vibes than ours do. So
Yeah.
that would have been fun for like the idea train to go a different way than it normally does.
Yeah.
I'm still excited for the event. I'm intrigued to see what Bug House is if we actually get that. You know, I'm never going to be mad about Stranger Things. It's just I was excited for something else, but
Right.
it is what it is. I'll be happy once we get our first announcement
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
because it's May and we don't have one yet.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's
And
a little unnerving.
I mean, let's see. Announcements usually are on Thursdays, right? And this episode comes
Historically,
out
yeah.
on Friday the 13th. So what if, as people are listening to this, there was an announcement yesterday? Can you
That would
imagine?
Yeah.
Or what if they're waiting for Friday the 13th to announce it?
That would be
The
fun.
first announcement.
Last year we got our first announcement on March 19th. That was Beetlejuice. Our technical second announcement, which was Jack was returning, was June 17th.
Hmm.
And then we had July 8th, July 15th, another July 15th, August 5th, and then they dropped that wild
Everything.
like
Yeah.
house announcement, scare zone announcement, and show announcement all on August 12th.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Beetlejuice was like really early though, because I think they just wanted people to know that Halloween Horror Nights will indeed happen this year, you know? And
Yeah.
they wanted to get that out early. So like I don't think March whatever it was is a typical announcement, like first announcement timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at Gary's like Excel spreadsheet?
No, I was looking back at our Instagram from last year because I
Oh,
remember I posted on the day that things were announced. So it
gotcha.
shows the dates. So I guess
I
our first technical announcement was July 8th. So maybe I'm just nervous because I want announcements to happen.
Oh
But
yeah. How do
yeah.
I find Gary's thing? His little announcement tracker. I'm gonna look for it because I know it feels late, but I don't know if it is. Because if we're comparing it to last year, I think that first announcement was earlier than normal. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is the announcement tracker. Um, this is a tweet from Gary on May 1st. It said, up until 2017, it wasn't uncommon for us to not get our first announcement until mid-May or June. But the latest announcement in the last 5 years had been 4/14. or
Wow.
April 14th. So I'm looking at this. Yeah, last year Beetlejuice was on March 5th. The year before that, Stranger Things was March 27th. Stranger Things 2. The year before that, the first Stranger Things house was announced on April 3rd. And then before that, American Horror Story version 2 was on March 29th. 2016 Texas Chainsaw Massacre was April 14th. Jack is Back was May 19th, 2015. The Walking Dead was June 9th, 2014 for that year was the first announcement. So they've been getting earlier and earlier. Yeah, April, March. So now we're into May. Yeah. We should
Yeah.
be
So
I think
soon.
we should be expecting one soon.
Yep.
Hopefully. And then you're going to hear from us all the time.
You'd be sick of
Yeah.
us.
Not just once a month, like every week.
Yeah. You're going to get sick of us and we're going to get sick of each other. And we're not going to sleep.
No, we're not going to be sick of each other.
There will be no sleep. None. What is sleep?
Yeah. Well,
Nothing.
anyway,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and start wrapping this up.
Yeah. All right, fam. I think that'll do it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for listening. And we hope to see you, nay, we will see you soon in the fog.
Did you just say nay?
I did say nay.
Oh.
Turn into a horse all of a sudden. I'm gonna go back to bed now. Until next time, for more content, as always, be sure to check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/rushoffear and follow us on Instagram and our Twitter. Both of those are at rushoffearpod.
Yes. And for more general Universal Orlando Resort news, check out our friends and UUOP network hosts over at the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, wherever podcasts can be found. And I had snuck something in there, guys. Sorry. I have a big announcement. I have recently opened a new agency that I have named Portkey Vacations. It has been in the works for a little while, but we are now open for business. So, for all of your travel needs, especially Halloween Horror Nights, reach out to me at Michelle at portkeyvacations.net and I'll get you taken care of. Or you can call me at 877-978-PORT. Our website is under construction, so we don't have a quote request form just yet, so stay tuned for that.
Yay, Michelle!
Yay! So excited!
Yay!
Hooray!
Huzzah!
Yes. We still love Mouse and Muggle. Mouse and Muggle still exist. I'm technically still part owner there, and we still love Robin. It was just time to kind of move on in a different direction. So yay for Portkey Vacations. And of course, be sure to check out Kenneth's band Pangolin everywhere you listen to music online, and follow them on social media at Pangolin Florida. Pangolin FL, I should say.
Yeah, we're playing with Less Than Jake this month, which is just unbelievable. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway.
Yay, Kenneth!
Yay,
Kenneth!
This is why we're all so tired. Oh my God.
And I have no news to announce for myself. Yay!
Hey! That just means something is upcoming.
We'll see.
Well, that will wrap up our look back on the history of Halloween Horror Nights for today and our peek at possible speculation for the future. Thanks to HHN Legacy and HorrorNights.fandom.com for this info. Thank you for listening, everyone. The podcast has come to an end now.
Get out!